The Hudl 2, Tesco's second tablet, and also last that was released in October 2014 and discontinued due to selling all devices made and not wanting to make another version in October 2015. So you're going to need a nylon spudger or a flat head screwdriver to open the back casing. You need to slide it in between the casing and then twist to release the little clamps holding the back cover to the tablet. This can be hard, so take your time, don't force anything because you could break it. I opened my back cover off camera as I was having trouble opening it. After you have that open, you can see the metal grills on the back for the speakers and also some copper tape to dissipate heat. It takes heat away from the motherboard and also the battery so the device doesn't overheat. Pretty cool. So the first thing we're going to start off taking out is the charging ports. And you need a Phillips 00 screwdriver for this. First, you're going to need to remove the little tape that's holding the connector down. After that's taken off, you can pinch the speaker connection and slide it out. Next, you need to unlatch the USB connector. You just need to pull the black little tab up and then slide the USB flex cable out. Once you've got that done, use your Phillips head screwdriver to remove the remaining 2 screws. And remember to keep the screws organized so you know where to put them back later. And different size screws go in different size holes. And it could break stuff if you don't put them in the correct hole. Here's the micro USB charging port. And you can get that separately, so there's lots of sellers online that are selling parts for this. So you can easily replace it. Next, you're going to want to unlatch the little Lego connector at the bottom. You're going to want to slide the battery connector out. Just grab it from 2 sides and just pull back. It's best to get the battery unclipped straight away when you're trying to do a repair. And don't forget to turn off your device before repairing and opening it up. Now what I'm going to do is unscrew the 4 screws that are holding the battery into place. Now those screws are gone, so you can remove your 5710 milliamp battery. or should I say two, as these are two batteries together in one frame. Now you've got two ribbon cables coming below the battery, and you just want to leave those clipped onto the motherboard, or you can remove them if you want. I've left mine connected as it's just easier in the repair process. Now you want to remove the screws that are holding the motherboard in place. Right, this motherboard has a quad-core processor running at 1.83 gigahertz. Now, before taking out the motherboard, it might be a good idea to unlatch all the connectors, not like I have here. And there are 4 on the board here. And don't try and unplug them like I am. Go from the white side. And not try and pry the black bit. Once you have all the connectors unlatched, slide the connectors out. And I think there's a recurring theme of not unplugging things before you try and remove the motherboard here. So here I still forgot to unplug the speaker, so as before with the USB, micro USB charging port, you just slide out the speaker. And here is the motherboard. You can see the back where the 16 gigabytes of flash memory is probably soldered onto the board under the melt plate. All that's left to do now is remove the little components and transfer them to the new 8.3-inch screen. Here I've got my screen. The supplier that I bought the screen from is called Surplus. I got it from eBay, however, I'll talk about getting parts at the moment for the Hudl. So here I'm taking the little components off. I've removed the bottom speaker here, which is just glued with some adhesive. A little pry should get it out. And I'm now going to pop that onto the new screen. So there also is the back camera left and another speaker on the top. There also is the front camera that I removed earlier. These are gentle components, so take your time and don't use too much force. Could result you breaking the screen or the parts. Here you can see I've just used my curved spudger to pry the speaker out. And you can reuse that adhesive when you're putting the speaker back on the new screen. Take the rear camera out of its casing, just pull the copper shielding off and try and pry that out. It should just come out if you grab the copper shielding out because it's underneath the camera, so it's nice and easy. And just pop that into place, just sticking back the copper shielding onto the screen. Now I'm putting the front camera back in, and it's important to align it correctly. If you don't align your camera correctly, the image might be a bit black on the sides, so try and spend as much time to get that aligned well. The motherboard will need a little force, so clip it back into position. And now you can see that I've aligned my camera and I've put the motherboard back into place. You want to make sure that the little flex connectors coming from the screen and the camera above the motherboard, not below, so you don't get them trapped underneath. Now I'm just going to put screws back in the motherboard to secure it. And after you've done that, you just need to put back the little flex cables into their little latch and latch that back down, making the connection secure. You're then going to need to put the 4 screws back into the battery Next, go ahead and put the charging port back into place. Put the 2 screws back in and connect the flex cable back in. Connect the speaker cable and place the little black tape back over it. Lastly, plug the battery connector back into the motherboard, making sure it's in all the way and it's making a solid connection. Coming back to the topic of parts, the screen that I ordered was a new condition screen, but it was used before. And this is due to the Hudl being discontinued and Tesco didn't sell any parts, meaning that the only genuine parts that you can find are being taken off of used tablets. I bought mine off of eBay, but there are lots of other online stores that are selling them. However, no new ones are being produced. Now just pop the back cover on, that should clip in. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Please leave a like on this video if it helped you in any way, or even entertained you. Make sure you subscribe so be notified when I upload my next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.